What is up, internet? Uh, Went to church today. Took the kids. Think they had fun. Uh, it went a little longer than I thought it would, and I think that's probably anyone that ever goes to church ever is it went a little longer than I thought. The but Yeah, that's better to me. So I went like don't want to sound like a rude person. Everyone was very polite. That was good. It was a very polite church, very polite group of people. Um, uh, Things get a little political sometimes for me, like in the church, and I find that a little weird because I love America, I love God, and I don't know. It's just I don't know. I think church should be church, God and Jesus, and everyone can be saved and things like that. The last thing that I want to think about when I'm at church is who I'm going to vote for, and I went to church. I wanted to go to church today. I want to like really, really I want to really, really feel God. I really want to feel something in my heart and my soul and all this stuff. And I think I'm gonna have to. I just gotta. I'll probably go back and visit that church at some point. I just want to. I know. I know that it's not all gonna be like this big crazy thing, but I want to. I want to. I want to feel different when I leave. I don't want to be sleepy or bored or thinking about anything else besides God. Like while I'm at the church, I think that's important, to do. And I don't think we've 100% found our home church yet. And I do want to have my kids in church. That's important. I think that's very, very important. But I don't want it to just be them sitting there bored and coloring. Now I know a lot of kids are going to color and stuff. And well, Sam, you're just being needy. All this stuff. It's not like that. It's not. That's not what I mean at all. Um, and if someone was to take it wrong, they would be taking it wrong. What I'm saying on purpose. I don't mean anything negative towards any church ever. I've been to plenty of churches. I just kind of want. I don't know that Tyler Childers song has really been in my head lately. Way of the Triune God, and I don't even know what triune means. I don't know what triune God is. I don't know what that is. I think most people probably don't know what that means either. And I know Tyler Childers is like probably the furthest thing from Jesus in the church. That a lot of people, would want to be associated with. But the song means something to me. It moves me. It makes me feel good, and uh, it just I need to be moved when I'm there. If you're having a hard time getting fired up for Jesus and God and stuff, well, I'm really gonna have a hard time because I'm not in that group yet. I know. Last week we went uh, to last week we went to we didn't go to church last Sunday, and I woke up on a Sunday morning, and I had to go to the store and get some stuff. And when I was out, I didn't change my clothes. I just woke up, threw on some sweats and a t-shirt, and headed out the door. And while I was out, I got a ton of like crazy looks for me, like just looking at me funny, like I was a homeless person. And there's nothing wrong with being a homeless person. The Bible even says that, as far as I know. But I just remember getting looked at funny. And I said, well, next time I go out on if I go out later in the day, I'm really, really going to dress bad. Because if people's going to look at me funny, cut their eyes at me because of how I'm dressed. And it was that Sunday crowd is the thing. And I'm not saying they're all just bad and stuff, I guess. But it's just weird the amount of looks you'll get that if you're not dressed to the nines on a Sunday. Because, again, I don't read the Bible like that. I haven't ever read into it that far. Um, I do know it. I'm pretty sure, as far as I know, it says, "Come to the Lord humbly." I don't think it says anything in the Bible about wearing your nicest clothes out. I don't think your Sunday best is actually a thing that's ever been in the Bible. I dress nice. Like as far as that goes, I dress nicer than really anybody anybody y'all know. If I just wanted to show up to the church looking like $1,000,000, I would have zero problem doing that. It's what I do anyway. I like to dress nice. Um, it's just weird, getting the looks. It's just a wild time. I went to Lowe's the other day. I was at Lowe's the other day, and I don't think this is on a Sunday. This is a totally different story. I just, if you have any kind of in on really feeling God and the Lord and stuff like that, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear your opinion. I'd love to see your church. I'd love to see what y'all do. What is up, Hannah? How are you doing, buddy? Hope that baby's doing good. Miss you guys a ton. Um, but it's and I know every sermon can't be, make you foam at the mouth and stuff. I understand that, but I shouldn't be sitting there like, man, this is really long winded. I'm really ready to go home. The kids are ready to go home, stuff like that. And it's just I haven't seen much different from that at this time. Uh, I know eventually, and some people that might just be what they need. That might be their thing. But for me, just being the kind of person that I am, I need almost constant, almost not, and like I'm not trying to be selfish, but I just almost need constant. What's it called, Vicky? Mental. I need stimulation, almost constantly. Mental, mental stimulation. I need that. I need to feel like I'm doing something with my time. I need to feel like I need to feel God, man. I really want to feel that. I want my kids to feel that. I want to be able to feel it so much that my kids are like, man, Daddy found God in Jesus, and that because that's important to me. I want my kids to go to heaven. I believe in heaven, hell, God, the devil, all that stuff. I have friends that don't. I love them. I pray for them the same. One thing that you hear a lot about is homosexuality being a sin, and it is. Uh, it really is. It really is. But so is eyeballing. Some pretty lady on the street. You know, what I mean, so is talking to women other than your wife in a sexual manner. So is drinking to excess. So is eating too much. So is et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I got a buddy that's like a devil worshiper. Now you'd never know it by just talking to him. He's a very polite man. But he does. That's just where he's at in his life. And I tell him all the time, I tell him the same thing, like, man, I'm going to pray for you. And he's like, well, no, I really don't want no part of that. And I'm like, well, man, I'm going to do it anyway because he's my buddy. He shoots me straight. He treats me fair. He doesn't judge me based on how I'm dressed or not dressed. He doesn't judge my kids based on what they're wearing or not wearing. It's and I'm just talking from personal, like a personal need and personal experience and things like that. And at the AFC show, we've always tried to like put God and stuff out there, but I've also seen people, uh, put God out there in a way and say, my God, this and that, my God, this and that. And I believe that our gods are different. I don't think if you're like, I can't get out here and preach to people and say, God delivered me from doing all this bad stuff because I'm still doing bad things. There's still things that I do that are bad. Uh, uh, I can't lie to you and sit here and say that I'm fully redeemed by the Lord because that's not a thing that has happened to me. Have I been saved? Yeah, I've been baptized, things like that. But there's more that I need uh, in my life as far as Jesus speaking goes because I know that I am not where I should be in my walk with God. Constantly worried about dying. Like a normal thought for me is, what if I die? And what's going to happen to my kids? That's not, you know what I mean? That's not God taking my burden off me. That's not what that is. And it's a, it's a, I'm a long way from that, and I know that I am. So I got to work on it. I got to go to church more. I need to read the Bible more. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start hopping on here and like reading the Bible. I'll do like 30 minutes every Sunday or something like that. But I'm gonna read it out loud. My kids will enjoy it. I'll get to read it to them. So if there is like a Sunday we don't go to church, then cool. They're still gonna get to hear the Bible. There's a ton of stuff that I don't know, and I don't want to talk on until I do know, and I'll kind of hit my thoughts on it as I read it, and I think that'll be important. Um, I don't want to be somewhere and I don't want to be around people that are saying God is telling them to do one thing and kind of using that platform and then and I'm not talking about the church I went to today. This is totally different. They were all incredibly nice. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's gonna be my home yet. You know what I'm saying? Now I might have went on a different day or something like that. I just don't know. Uh, I'm just talking. But I don't think that's gonna be my home yet. I just need I need to be fired up when I get there. I need to be fired up when I leave. I need uh I need someone that's speaking to me and has the same passion. And maybe it's not passion. Maybe it's just the same way of speaking. I need someone that more speaks to me. Someone that I more speaks to me and the way I talk, how excited I get. Because when you think about it, man, if we're really talking about what God did for us and stuff, God did a ton of stuff for us. God died for us and His kid to die for us, all that, and we're out here. If we can't get fired up about that, what I mean, then what are we really doing with our time? Say hello, Connor. Say hey, Connor. Connor's not feeling very good. She's pretty sick. She's under the weather. So if y'all do pray for the baby. She keeps coughing. It's not COVID. It's not the flu. She just doesn't feel good. She's out here. Um, just trying to get through it. She can't quit coughing. Ain't that right, Cooner? Oh, I love you. But the kids got to go to church today. I don't take them near as much as I should. We're gonna take them more. That's important, I think. And we're just gonna keep going until we find something that really suits us and kind of our attitudes. And Vicky will tell you, really, it's not it's not really her. It's more me. I just can't sit still for long periods of time. Uh, I think there's a ton of stories in the Bible that aren't touched on enough. Because there's so many just crazy awesome stories. Like, why is there not a Samson movie yet? Why is there not a good David and Goliath movie yet? Um, I think there's some good cool things that can come from all of it. I remember I remember I'm just playing video games, talking on a Sunday. Um, I remember how you say it. I remember one time when I was young. I used to get in a lot of trouble when when I was a kid, like a lot of trouble. And lay down, buddy. Put your legs out there so you're comfortable. And my dad always told me, he said, "Hey, man, if you keep getting in trouble, we're gonna have this lady give you an exorcism." And this lady, she was kind of my grandma. She was my stepmom's grandmother, and she lived in a church, like in a church that she had turned into like a home. And I didn't stop getting in trouble at all. I just kept that up because that's my jam. And so I kept getting in trouble. Finally, they take me over there, and she walks out to me, and she comes up to me. She starts praying over me and shaking around all this crazy stuff, man. She's slapping me on the head, trying to slap the demons out of me. There was no demons in me. I had ADHD as a kid. They thought they was gonna scare me cool. They was gonna scare me into a nice, well respected member of society in the middle of nowhere. And she kept praying over me. Her eyes was rolling in her head, all sorts of crazy stuff, man. And uh, I was like scared and freaked out by it, you know. But nothing happened. But it was just a crazy thing to see. Like had there been a demon, imagine it'd have just been a different me. I'm not me. This is not who I am. Now that being said, I don't think that lady ever could have performed an exorcism on me. I do believe in demons and stuff. I think that's very possible. Like I'm scared of the dark. People that know me know that. And that's not really so much demons and stuff. I had like a pretty rough life, like when I was a younger kid. So there's stuff happened that people just don't know about. And but it's it's pretty crazy to see that she did an exorcism. Now her daughter, her granddaughter, the lady that we're talking about, is a is all doesn't believe in God and Jesus and all that. She's a insane person. Now I'm not saying anything bad about her like that. I'm not saying she's insane because of that. Her beliefs are her beliefs. That's whatever she wants to do. And should we pray for her and stuff? Yeah, but she wasn't a good person. Like even if she had like worshipped God and Jesus, she was not a good person. There's bad people.
Tell them something.
Tell them something. Right.
My sister doesn't believe in God or Jesus.
Who's your sister?
Kada.
Yes, she does.
No,
She's
she
a
doesn't.
baby. Yes, she totally does.
No, last time she said there's no God in Jesus.
Well, she meant like they're not here in the room. She's a baby. She's not like you. She doesn't understand all this yet. She's still having to learn that, like okay, so to her, to Kada, it's new. She's still going like, hey, there's like some dude in the sky that like died for us to not go to hell, right? Which if you don't already know about it and you're just learning about it, it's gonna sound kind of crazy because she's 4. You know what I mean? There's no like magical power that she's ever seen in her life. That's up to us to just tell her about it. And that's all we can do is tell her about it, take her to church and things like that. Read the Bible with her on Sundays and stuff.
We need to take her to church more.
Yes, I think you're right. And we will, but we got to find a church that fits us good. Did you have fun at church today? Huh? Why not? You didn't feel very good, huh?
And when I was coughing, my belly hurt.
Ooh, that's not good. I'm sorry your belly hurts. And then I remember Hannah, tell Kevin I'm gonna make those hamburger steaks soon. I'm not gonna make them today. We're making soup today.
Yummy.
We're gonna make we're making chicken pot pie soup today. We're very, very lucky and blessed about that. I messed it up. I forgot to season the chicken while I was cooking it. So luckily, Vicky came through and hooked my food up. Vicky saved the day because I was I don't know why I did it, but I messed it up. But yeah, man. Still looking for church. Kata does know about God and Jesus. We just have to teach her more about God and Jesus because it's a new thing to her. She's 4. You know what I mean? It's not a thing where she understands that yet. It's like she doesn't think Santa's here yet either. That's an.
Tell them something again.
Well, I don't know. You're gonna say something else crazy? All right, get out of here. And then, so we're gonna keep teaching about that. I mean, if we can make our kids, let them know that Santa Claus is real and the Elf on the Shelf is real and stuff like that, they should be able to believe that Jesus and God is real too. And that's important to me. I just want them to be in a church where they're like super, super comfy, happy, having so much fun and stuff. And I don't want it to be like a political thing for them at all. I just want them to, know God and Jesus because it shouldn't ever be a political thing. And that's just my thoughts on that. What else? I remember one time I'll tell y'all a funny story. One time when I was young, my little brother Pearson, I got to hang out with him the other day. I ain't seen him in a minute. I was like kicking his tail at video games, like I was really beating him bad, and he just couldn't hang with me because can't nobody hang with my stuff at button mashing. And I was beating him real bad, and I was running my mouth, because that's what I do. And he goes, "Oh yeah," and I said, "Oh yeah," and he said, "Hang on." So he goes, "Yeah, you better stop talking." And I just couldn't, I can't stop. That's who I am as a person. So I just couldn't quit, running my mouth at him. And he goes to the kitchen and grabs a baseball bat. I walked up to him and he cracked me in my leg, man. I picked him up and I threw him out the front door. And when I did that, I locked the door as soon as that happened. He started beating on the door like crazy. Rah, rah, raging because, man, we was mad at each other. We was kids, And poor baby. And then we're gonna take her to the doctor tomorrow, the kid doctor. We took her to the doctor the other day in Rainsville, and they said that they ran like a panel of.
My nose.
That's your fault. How'd you bust your nose? Yeah, she busted her nose because she was swinging on the steps on 2 chairs, just swinging back and forth. She fell, smashed her face on the ground. She had a big swelled up nose for like 2 days. Hey, Kata, cut that. And yeah, well, you were at the doctor, so you're not supposed to be having fun. So then, all of a sudden, Mom got home right behind Pearson. She pulled in behind him, and he's like beating on the door, going crazy. And like she'd let us stay at home because she cut hair at the time. That's what she did. Mom was a hair cutter, and
Daddy's a real good hair cutter. He cut in my hair.
I cutted your hair?
Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
It's getting longer and longer.
It is getting longer. So she pulls in, and I open the door. And he goes, "Mom's home." And I open the door, and I let him in. And I go, "Are we cool?" And he goes, he said dirty word to me, a couple of dirty words to me, but he walked off, and we was cool. Mama never knew that we had gotten that fight. She never knew. And Mom's dead now. She never found out ever. It never was a thing that she found out. Yeah, man. What are you going to do? I think the internet's a little too easily accessible for the youngins now. Like, my kids don't have phones and stuff. Kira does, but my other ones don't, just because of, like,
When I turn 7, can I have one?
When you turn 7, can you have a phone?
When I turn 9.
Maybe. Do you want me to start reading the Bible some on here? Together we can all sit here and read a little bit.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve, yeah. Well, Adam and Eve's your favorite? Yeah. Why is not David and Goliath your favorite?
That's my favorite one.
But they don't fight or anything. Nothing happens.
I love Adam and Eve.
That's pretty cool. But look, yeah, we'll start at the beginning. That's the beginning.
Which one is the girl? Mama, is it Adam or Eve?
It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Grieve.
I'm not saying that. I hate
We are, me and buddy Tyler Perea, Zach McAlpin, we're going to go do a wrestling documentary in Rome, Georgia in the next few months. I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to go. I've been hearing some noises out back. My kids having stuff, and I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Katie, put that down before you break it. But I am pretty certain that there is a Bigfoot in this area in the woods. Now, I can't prove that yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to look and do our research and kind of see what pops up and stuff. Because, man, there's been some crazy stuff happening around here lately. I know there were some aliens the other day in Phi. No, where were the aliens at? Where were the aliens at the other day? Yeah, there was aliens in like Scottsboro or something crazy. Yeah, they saw aliens. They saw like an insane circle alien thing in the sky. So we got to be kind of careful out here because we don't really know what's going on. I'm just out here. I'm literally playing Fortnite on a Sunday. This is Fortnite. And then but yeah, any recommendations on churches and stuff? I'm definitely checking out churches, and it's not going to be like a one-time in or out, things like that. And I'm just kind of getting reads as I go and things like that. Hey, Mom, will you move her so she don't yank that down or like break that? My dog. If y'all have any other recommendations, my dog keeps tearing up my garbage. I can't make her stop. Can't do it. Vicky told me if the dog doesn't stop tearing stuff up, she's going to leave me, and that's terrifying because she just won't do it. I've told the dog, like, hey, man, look, you got to stop or you're going to have to move out, and she just doesn't stop. And it's a terrible thing to feel because, like, we'll leave for like 2 minutes. We'll come back. She's destroyed the whole yard, and that's aggravating. But me and Tyler Perea, we've got a little thing we've planned coming up. It's next year. It'll be next year. There's no rush to it. There's so much stuff that I think I can do and I'm capable of. And I have again, man. I can't. I have to be doing something. I have to be like planning something, like this. Yeah, I know this isn't like the biggest thing in the world, the podcast, right? But it matters to me. It keeps me busy and stuff, and it gives me a chance to like talk in front of people, and I gotta stop saying so much, I guess. But there's a bunch of stuff that I want to do and be involved in. Is the soup almost done? Dude, the soup is done. You can go in there and well, not yet. Give it just a little bit of time. But pretty soon it'll be done.
I have to bring Ken in.
I'm smashing these folks.
He is.
Smashing folks at Fortnite.
I'm his kid.
That's my kid. Y'all hear that?
But Kira and Kaya are Mama's kids.
Yeah, and these are my kid. This is my kid.
I'm all dead.
Yeah. So, am I a pretty good daddy?
Yes.
Thank you. I think you're a pretty good kid, man.
Daddy, remember when
I don't
Shut your
like
mouth,
farts,
boy.
personally.
Roro,
Not the
get your tail out of here.
I'll get it out.
No, don't be crazy. You're gonna break something. Roro, quit that. Connor, sit back. I thought I heard Leo for a second. I did hear Leo, but I thought it was like actually here. I thought he had somehow disappeared here. Me and Tyler's got some stuff that we're gonna work on and make happen. Just because we're buddies, and it's a fun time to. It's a fun time. Some of the stuff that we actually get to do, and I'm looking forward to getting to work with my buddy some. They've actually got a lot of stuff coming up, so stay like kind of tuned in to Tyler and see what he's got going on. He's one of the funnier people I know, and he's really figuring out. Mom, please grab the baby. Roro, you are not being very cool.
No.
Just want to say hi. I just want to say hi.
She's trying to spill tea.
See?
And then but Tyler's got a lot of stuff coming up that he does. He's got a bunch of buddies that I'm not just like hanging out with all the time. He's got his own crew of people, and they're doing a lot of stuff, man. Like on their own, they're constantly doing something. They're constantly putting out new events and stuff like that. And for this area where we live, whether you like Tyler or not, whether you like all the people he's hanging out with or not, whether you get along politically with all of them, Tyler and his friends, Roy Harrison, all them, whether you completely get along with them or not, the fact of the matter is they're trying to make things happen in an area where nothing happens. Nothing happens here. We got a thing planned in April. Me and Tyler do. I think it's gonna be really cool. We're gonna have some music. We're gonna have some comedy. We're gonna have some. I think we're probably gonna do like I don't want to say everything. We are gonna have whatever. People can do whatever they want. We're gonna have we're gonna put a little talent show together. So if you think you're funny or you can sing or whatever your talent is, man, sign up. Maybe win some money because who don't like money for what they're good at? But I think it's gonna be a really fun time. Tickets will be kind of limited because the venue's not massive. We'll have probably gonna have some drinks. We're probably gonna have some. We'll get a caterer or something. We got plenty of time, but I'm just kind of putting this out into the ether. AFC's back at least for one show on March 4th, 2023. So we'll see how that goes. If you're looking to sponsor an event, you've never sponsored an event before, please do. I'm currently taking sponsors for the April show. We are going to run out of room. That is very possible that happens. So if you can hop on board, get on board now. It'll get you a good feeler for like our your first time without having to like spend AFC money because the AFC is it does cost a lot more to sponsor. So we'll take all the help we can get, and we mean that. To sponsor the kind of like the talent show to sponsor the talent show, it's like $150, and that gets you a table, which is like and oh god, man, I just got killed. The table seats 6, so you're not gonna go broke. You'll get your first taste of working with us, things like that. I think you'll really have a fun time. Again, we're in the middle of nowhere. We don't, and this is what I'm just now starting to understand is I don't have to do anything here in DeKalb County where I live. I'm gonna do the show with Tyler because it's so close to me. It was my idea. Tyler's my buddy. I asked him politely if he'd help me out, and he said yes. It's so close to where I live right now. It's close to where I live right now, and the venue that I got was affordable, and it's nice, and it's new and stuff like that. And so I want to check all that out and see how that goes. And really, it's just more for practice than anything, but we're going to make it good because that's what practice is. That baby's mad. We want it to be a good, fun time, and we really think it will be. So, again, space is limited. We're only going to have like 80 tickets or something like that. So, get some while you can once we have them on sale. The AFC show in Huntsville in March is also going to be, the space is going to be limited. It's going to be limited. like Russell Wilson, except not unlimited. It's gonna be it's gonna be very limited, and so get them tickets while you can. We're not gonna have any tables for sale. Tables are only going to sponsors. If we end up with some room, that's awesome, but we're probably not gonna have table room. Uh, what? I love you. But space is definitely going to be limited on both. So if you want to sponsor the AFC event, please do. We've got packages available. We've had a few sponsors hop on so far. We've still got room for more. We need more. We need more. People can say whatever they want about me collecting money or whatever they want to say. The fact of the matter is, it's a lot of time and effort and my own money that I've spent. And I've spent some sponsors' money too, and they'll tell you the same thing. But as far as me just making money, no, that ain't it, this. The AFC's been a passion project. So if you'd like to hop on and help out, man, please do. You don't have to. If I quit doing shows, it's gonna be somebody else. It'll be somebody else asking you for money. Once I leave and quit doing shows, it'll be somebody else asking you for money. The difference might be the quality of product you receive when I leave, and if I leave, and I think that's important to note. Um, do we have a ton of shows? No. The biggest thing for us so far, the biggest mess up has been the pay per view, and I think we've got that squared away. Uh, I think almost like without a problem. But other than that, everything's been great. I've never heard anyone complain about not having fun at the show. There's been people do childish things at shows, like get into fights outside of the cage and stuff like that, and that's just not fun to deal with, or anything like that. It's stressful for me. It's annoying, but in the grand scheme of things, whether they're causing trouble or not, the shows have been awesome. We can go. Chris, uh, the two boys and Coleman that got into it. Cool. Show was good. Show was still good. No one went to jail. No one got hurt. Uh, Harrison Aiken and Austin Higdon and his family in Rainsville, they got into it pretty bad. Show was still good. Show was still good. I got into it. We had some people when Trevor Peak and Steve Wilhite fought get into it. Show was still good. Show still good. Again, when I'm done, it's going to be someone else asking you for money to make it happen. We know where my quality is. We know the quality level of my shows, and that's just, that's just as blunt and point blank as I can be about it. I know for a fact the April show is going to be fun. That's just going to be something fun. That's going to be something fun to get out of the house. The after party will be at the Stockade in Fort Payne, April 1st. So we'll get to have some fun, put a little shindig together, and we'll move on up the road. We'll have a little after party, get everybody hang out, break bread, my crew and stuff. That way we can have some fun and enjoy ourselves. But yeah, just out here trying to grow. Um, if anyone has any recommendations on churches to visit and stuff like that, that'd be awesome to hear. I had some people tell me to message Jesus Garcia when I was out trying to find Jesus. That's not the right Jesus. Different guy. Not not what I'm talking about at all. But just trying to level up a little bit in life, man. Help my kids out. Um, I have talked to my wife about moving. Back to that, we don't have to do anything here. People that are doing events here and stuff like they don't have to. It's just you know people. You can go to Huntsville, you can go to Coleman. There's all sorts of stuff within driving distance of here. I like having stuff here. I like being able to do stuff here and not have to drive 45 minutes to an hour because I have my family and friends and my kids are here. Uh, the after party for the Huntsville show, uh, March 4th, will be um at oh man, I'm drawing a blank right now. I'll get that at a later date. I'll put that out a little. Actually, no, I won't. I got it right here. I got it right here, dog. I got it right here. Hang on. Sometimes, man, I just play video games, and sometimes I just scroll because I don't know what I want to play. 1 second. Checking my notes. Notes. April 1st is called Tunes and More, a talent show. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time, I promise. You got to get out of the house, come have fun if you want to have fun. Uh, look. Now I know for a fact. There we go. So far, sponsors that we do have. Um, Sponsors that we 100% have, and there's only one at this time, is Rick and Ball Restoration and Construction. They're our biggest sponsor on the date. They're sponsoring the show for Huntsville. They want to have some fun in Huntsville, Alabama. Thank you to Rick and Ball Restoration and Construction. I believe Adrian Kobe is going to do it. He's with Eurasia Motorworks, good friend of mine. He actually paid for every fighter to have their hands wrapped at the last Rainsville show, every single one. He came up to me the day of the show and said, "Hey, man, what can I do?" And I said, "This." And he said, "All right, man, cool." And he did it. I didn't take that money from him. I used that to pay the people. We're also going to have, I believe the plan is, the after party is going to be at the Palms. There's going to fighters and fans that have their wristband from the show get in for free. It's like it's like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 bars in there. I don't know, big nice place, almost like Nashville. And they're gonna have people that keep their wristband from the show, and the fighters and the fans that keep their wristband from the show, and the people that work have a wristband, right? They're gonna get into every bar there for free. You know, and you're gonna buy your drinks, your food, and stuff like that. But you get it for free. You gotta be 21 or older to enter. So grab you a date, grab your mama, get her out of the house. I'm trying to see your moms. And come have some fun. It's going to be a really great time. And the weigh-ins will also be there at the Palms on Friday. They're the official after party for AFC 12. And we're really looking forward to it. Really insanely appreciative. There's a... Actually, speaking of that, I got to message somebody. I do love music. I love being around music and stuff. That's something I want to kind of venture into a little more. I love the comedy scene and stuff. My buddy Tyler does that. I don't want to step on his toes or anything. I just want to venture out into it a little more. I feel like there's stuff I bring to the table. I feel like I speak well about things. I feel like I write well about certain things. And I want to be involved. I want to grow. I want to do stuff. Again, I've thought pretty regularly. I've spoken to my wife. This is my family and stuff. I will do whatever it takes to lead my family to riches and salvation, because that's my job as a man in America. And if we do end up moving, that's just what it is. I'm going to go to where the money is. I need money for my kiddos. I need the most money possible for my family, because that's life, man. I want them to be comfortable, happy. If they can't get a scholarship, I'd like to be able to pay for them to go to college. I love the snow. I'd love to live with their snow. Hang on a second. My brother sent me a picture the other day asking about it. Hey, there's a move in wrestling called an oil check. And if you're in like a bad spot, I don't know. I didn't wrestle in school, but there's a move called the oil check. And you finger deep in somebody's ass to get them off of you. You're digging, to get them off of you. And my brother sent me a picture of is Dustin Poirier fighting Dan Hooker. And Poirier's like pulling a knee bar. And Dan Hooker's like jabbing him in the butt. And so I had to tell him about, the oil check. He had never heard of that. Now that the oil check is not a move that I don't think probably any school in the area, probably any school really in the country, is practicing the oil check. I'd almost bet my left leg they don't practice the oil check. I'd completely I'd recommend against the oil check. But yeah, it's been a cool weekend. My kids had a great birthday party. Can't thank y'all enough for coming and bringing my kids birthday presents, man. I'm not a rich person. It looked like Christmas over here the other day. Thank y'all so much for coming and getting my kids presents, coming and eating food, just bringing fellowship and things like that. So grateful. Such an awesome thing to see. That's one of them in the background. That's the oldest. She's getting bigger. And it's just it's cool, man. I was speaking to a guy the other day at Lamone's. I went and had a beer with my brother. And I asked him, I said, do you prefer to be called Hispanic or Mexican? And he goes, well, Mexican's not. I think the way he said it, I think he said Mexican is not a race. I believe is what he said. I believe he said Mexican. No, it might have been Spanish. He might have said I don't like being called Spanish because Spanish is not a race. He said, but if you don't know me, he said, if other people don't know me, I would prefer not to be called. What did he say? He'd say, I preferred you called me Hispanic. It's better than guessing if I'm from Guatemala or Mexico or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? He taught me how to say like those shots of he taught me how to say 2 shots of tequila, please. And I can't remember it now for the life of me because I had those shots of tequila. And just super nice guy talking to him and stuff. I said, well, what about gringo? Is gringo a bad word? And he goes, no, brother, no, no. I said, what? He goes, you're a gringo. I was like, I think that's good, but I was told it meant like I was told it meant dirty white boy, dirty white guy. So I'm not sure. So if you know what gringo means, hit us with a definition. But a super super nice guy at Lamone's. They were nice. The whole crew was nice and things like that. It is. My buddy Brandon Hancock actually taught me how to drink more efficiently on a weekend. You go to a Mexican restaurant, and you have chips and salsa because it's free, and you drink beer. Like that way, you're getting a drink, but you got food in you and stuff like that, so you're not just a loser when you leave. And uh, racism's not really a thing I'm super super cool with. Uh, I like other people's cultures. There's good things and bad things about every culture. Every culture, regardless of that culture's skin color, nationality, things like that. There's good and bad in every group. Um, and one that I really don't like it against the Hispanic community because like I love their culture, man. I've never met a Hispanic person and they've been just rude to me or anything crazy like that. They're always so polite. The food is delicious. I really enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot. Oh, Vicky fixed the Christmas. Did you fix the Christmas tree?
I just put extra lights on it.
Wait, our Christmas tree. We got it as a gift like 2 years ago, and the middle lights weren't working, so we ordered some new lights on the Amazon, and Vicky put them up. She's really hooked it up. But the reason I was talking about the Hispanic community is one thing that you're seeing a lot right here where we live. One thing that I don't understand is why is there like 20, Mexican restaurants? Why is there 20 Mexican restaurants? What's going on? Why is there so many right here where we live? It's just strange to see so many. It's a weird thing to me. And then favorite Mexican food, favorite Hispanic food is over there in Fort Payne at Taco Truck. If you've never ate at the Taco Truck, you got to hit the Taco Truck. That's who I want to cater. That's who I want to cater the show, Vicky. Taco Truck. It's 2 minutes up the road. They always tell me no. They'll no, we're not coming. Like, come on, man. Bring Taco Truck. That'd be cool. I hope Taco Truck will. There's actually a new restaurant opening in Fort Payne. I don't remember the name of it. But we're the reason I was talking about the Hispanic community is right now. I was told a story the other day. Over on Airport Road, there was a truck, like an 18-wheeler. I think it was an 18-wheeler. The 18-wheeler stopped on the road and was just letting Hispanic people out of the 18-wheeler. And I just wonder, sometimes I wonder like why that's happening so much right here where we live. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? I'm not for or against. If they want to come here and make their life different, that's, man, by all means, make your life different. But why is it such a prevalent thing right here in Fort Payne and the DeKalb County area? I think maybe it's I don't know. It's just I was told that by a person that I work with, and like I was like, no, you didn't. They was like, yeah, that's what we saw, and that's just kind of crazy for me to hear, and I do wonder why it's such a prevalent thing to see right there in the Fort Payne area and stuff like that. I do wish more people from the Hispanic community would come to the gym and train. Some of the toughest people I know is like Alex Batista, and he's got family like all over the world, like doing combat sports. He just never told us about it until the other day. Like, hey guys, I got a cousin, do fight good. And Alex, I think, is gonna be a really good fighter when he gets a little older. Another thing, just talking. I wish people would train more in general where we're at. I see places like Huntsville, like Rocket City, man. They're swimming in people. They've got you've got like 10th Planet, Huntsville, and Decatur. They're swimming in people. You've got Claymore Krav Maga and fitness in Huntsville, swimming in people, man. Like we right here in DeKalb County, we're close. Everybody's always like, "We tough, man. Football good," and all this crap. I'm like, come on, you ain't getting to play football no more, dude. You 22. Let's go do some stuff. And fighting's like just training really is such a good platform. It keeps me in shape. Like if I wasn't training, I'd be even fatter than I am. And my wife's very adamant that I'm not fat. I'm just a little chunky. I got like a dad bod going on. And I'm just not in the best shape of my life anymore. For a minute, for like 1 minute, for like a year and a half, 2 years, I was in like the very best shape of my life because like I was training to fight people. I was trying to make sure, Trevor Peak was getting good rounds. I was trying to make sure all them people were getting good rounds. And so I was like in the best shape of my life. And I'm not really like that right now. I'm not having to be that way. I'm not getting pushed, by people at the gym because like y'all ain't showing up because it's winter. Uh, I ain't like I just ain't getting that push no more, and that's another reason I'm kind of considering moving because like I'm young enough and I'm in shape enough and I know enough. I'm much more educated now on the sport than I was then, and I know that like I can win a couple of belts and I want a couple of belts. I want a belt. I want a belt, just at least one on my wall. And then if I get like a TV fight, that honestly, I want like a TV fight. I want a TV fight, and that I'd be good with that. Once I want a belt and a TV fight. I want the belt, kind of for me. I want a TV fight because I can show my kids like, look what Daddy did. We was on TV, dog. Who don't want to fight on TV one time? Um, uh, I've put some people up there. I really have. I know that for a fact. Uh, and the AFC can do more, but it's really going to be up to how much people want to hop on board and help. People want to truly help. We can get a very big stop. We can get like we can turn this into a very big platform, almost a worldwide platform. But people have to decide that they want to help and contribute. What am I trying to say? We had we had like 11 shows. 11 people got to call up. We can do 11 more shows. 11 more people get to call up. Well, now, and people can say, well, what about the money? The money will come, but in order to make money, you have to spend money. It needs to be. We need some money to spend to turn this into a really big thing. Really proud of Billy Swanson up in Saudi Daisy, Tennessee. I had such a good time at that show the other day at All or Nothing Fights. It was such a good time. Such a great group of people. Such a nice group of folks. And they're growing rapidly. They're rapidly growing. They're like how many shows are they in? 6, 5, 4. They're 4 shows in. They're 4 shows in. They're rapidly growing. They're getting to have shows on with some form of regularity, much more regular than the AFC was ever able to. They're growing for 2 reasons, and I'm not saying this to take things away from them, and Billy knows that. I respect Billy. Billy's good people, and I had a great time with Chandler Cole and drawing a blank. Casey Oxendine, such a great time. And his wife, man, such a great announcer. Had such a great time. Those fights were amazing. We could do the same thing where we live. They're an hour and a half. They're an hour and a half up the road from us. And they're getting to stay active, stay popping all this out. Getting to catch up to shows around them and surpass shows around them because they're not ripping people off and putting together bad fights, etc., etc. But I cannot do the same here where I live, an hour and a half down the road, because the athletic commission, we're paying $25,000 plus a show. I don't know what Jose Evans and them spend per show. I don't know. Ask them. I can show y'all my numbers. I might be wrong. It might not be 25 grand. It might be 30. I might have said 13 grand. It's 13 grand a show. Apologies. I'm pretty sure it's 13 grand a show. Let me double check. It's 13 grand a show. Dude, that's a lot of money. No matter how you slice it. And that's before I'm paying the pros their money. That's before you cut the amateurs their commission. But we're just not able to do the same thing here. Could I go and promote in Tennessee? Yeah, I can go team up with Billy and, man, I could blow some stuff up. I could go do a show without Billy in Tennessee and blow some stuff up. I don't live in Tennessee. You see what I'm saying? I live right here. They've taken the ability to have youth kickboxing, youth MMA events here away from us. And what they say is, well, if you're not 18, you can't get in the back. They've robbed us of that ability to do that, and that sucks, man. Because there's some youth here that wants to compete right here, and they're working, they're training their tails off for the opportunity to compete, and they're not getting the chance to. We're in much better shape than we were than when the new guy took over, John Paris, I believe. Uh, Very polite guy, very open to letting us work, very awesome, very humble, always calm and cool. Uh, I'm not ragging on him. I'm just saying, in general, there's still stuff that needs to change uh, for the sport to grow here and catch up to Tennessee and even Georgia and especially Mississippi, especially Tennessee, especially, maybe not Florida because they got the shin guards for amateurs and stuff. But it's we are constantly getting asked by John what can be made better about the sport here, and that's great to see. That's awesome. Uh, just the fact that he's reaching out is wonderful. Uh, Great to feel, great to know, great to feel heard, and him attempt to make things better. So hats off to that guy. Um, um, I'm really looking forward to the wrestling documentary. I think y'all are gonna get a real kick out of that. I'm gonna go out and talk to people. I'm gonna get to talk to some of the wrestlers. I'm gonna get to talk to some of the fans. And then after that, we're gonna go talk to some drunk people. In public, because who doesn't like drunk people in public? Uh, we're going to. I think that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna work on the documentary. Again, man, I'm hearing some crazy stuff out here. I don't know really what's out in these woods, and I'm gonna find out. I need to know. I got friends that need to know. We keep having animals come up dead. We had a dog actually. Man, it was just tore in half in the woods out back, and we don't know really what's going on. And it's just scary to see. I've got kids and stuff. So yeah, we'll kind of see what goes with all that. But the wrestling documentary, I'm very much looking forward to. Again, as far as planning out for 2023, April 1st, we have an event. March 4th, we have an event. Please be at both of them. Try to grab tickets for both. I've never in my life tried to put out a subpar thing. It's not what I do. No, I didn't play football in school. No, I don't hunt deer today. That's not a thing I do, but I do enjoy people and hanging out with people and having a good time. That's something that I really take a lot of pride in. And we're not just planning stuff here anymore. There's tons of stuff we're planning, man, really everywhere, anywhere that'll have us. And I'm gonna go where I'm wanted, and people want me around. That's just how it's gonna be. Uh, I don't want to just work my life away and then die when I'm 65, probably younger, and have no money. Or I don't want to die tomorrow and my kids have no money. I want to do stuff that makes my family successful, that puts my family up there. Because I wasn't just born into money. Now, have I had some privilege? Yes, man. My grandmother helps me more than I care to say. My granddad helps me more than I care to say. More than anyone's ever deserved to be helped. And I would like, while they're alive, for them to see me do something really great with my life. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go wherever that's possible, wherever that's able to happen. I had a few. Marcus Spurlock, man, good buddy of mine. He's actually going to be singing on the night. I've spoke to a couple of other people. Marcus is going to be. He's going to do about an hour and a half of himself singing at the end of the show to close everything out. And then up till then we'll do we'll have a little talent show. It'll be a fun time. It'll be cool. Me and Tyler's going to carry the majority of it, and then we hope to get some other people to sign up and hop on. It's not really an open mic, so to speak. It's a talent show. Come up, do your thing. Everybody will have a few minutes, 5 minutes probably, 6 minutes probably, to do their thing. Get something rolling, have some fun, show them that there is talent in DeKalb County, Alabama. DeKalb County's got talent, Vicky. They got it. Wow. Yeah, Vicky's feeling that energy, dog. That was the hour. I talked to myself for an hour.
That's nice.
Cool, man. Vicky said you normally talk to yourself and don't record it, so this is better. I love you. Sit down. Here. Sit down here. They won't see you. I have a pretty wife. Y'all can't see her, but now you can. Ow! Say hello. Say hey. Did I sound bad today or okay?
No, that's good.
Cool. I didn't sound like a tool.
Good. No.
Remember that time I scored the game-winning touchdown?
No.
Remember? I threw it to myself and caught it.
That didn't happen.
Well, don't smack. It did happen. I threw it to myself.
Oh.
Remember, you were the cheerleader. I threw it, and it bounced off your head. I caught it and ran it for a touchdown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because you were accidentally in the line. You were in the. Don't tear up my mic. Don't touch it. What are you doing, man? Look, Ro, that's you on TV. That's you on TV. Whoa! Mind blown. She's like, wait a dang minute. Look at that. Don't let her grab that tea because she'll snatch it and she's faster than you. That baby's fast at snatching stuff, man. She'll snatches is gone. You fast. You very fast. You the most fast baby. And we were gonna do the wrestling documentary December 4th or 10th. But man, things got changed up and I really hate that. I do think me and Zach, my little brother, little baby brother, we're gonna go down to Nashville on the December 10th, just because my wife didn't let me plan to do stuff, and so we're gonna head up to Nashville. We're gonna interview some drunk people down in downtown, see what that goes like. Do a little Nashville hunt, see how that goes. Have some fun, you know. Love Nashville. Nashville's actually a fun time. You'll see all sorts of stuff in Nashville, man. It's crazy. I had a buddy one time. We was running through downtown Nashville. We was drunk. This is a long time ago. We was running through downtown Nashville, man. And I went running down. I was running down the road, and I was running. There's a person dead on the ground. I looked and I go, "They're dead!" Ah! Like they were dead on the ground. And they moved, and I jumped over them, and I was like, oh, "No, they're homeless. They were just homeless, right?" So then, hey, buddy, no, quit right here. So then we kept going. Well, buddy of mine sees this guy with a dog, and he goes up to the guy, and the guy was homeless. Now, my buddy didn't know. My buddy ain't got that kind of sense to know if someone's homeless or not. And he goes, "Hey, man, is that your dog?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, man, that's my dog." And he goes, "Well, can I have it?" And the guy goes, "What do you mean? Can you have my dog?" And my buddy goes, "Can I take it home? It's a cute dog." And that guy goes, "That's like asking if I can have your unborn baby." And my buddy goes, "I don't have an unborn baby." And the guy goes, "You will." He screamed at him, and they start screaming back and forth, and they go, they're spitting back and forth, just ignorant stuff. One guy was homeless, one guy was my buddy. This is a true story. And all of a sudden, they're like fighting back and forth. The course like, you don't know. He's shaking at him. He's acting like he's gonna hit him. They're doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden, this guy goes, and my other buddy points at him. And he goes, "Don't you dare spit that on him." And this homeless guy goes and swallowed it. He swallowed it, and he starts laughing. And I was like, "Dude, we really got to get out of here." I remember another time. This is 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. I was a kid. We was in there. We was in Nashville. We used to go like once a year, but I'm an adult now. I have kids, a family, a wife. Each finger's a now. And we're in downtown. We had one buddy, and the whole thing was like he would find like wounded animals, and I mean that like my kids with me. So like I'm talking about humans, you know. He'd find wounded animals and he'd disappear, right? So me and my other buddies were walking around. We can't find our buddy, and we end up in this alleyway. Everybody's like storming towards this alleyway, and like at that point in time, I'm looking for trouble anyway. So like we storm towards the alleyway, right? I'm like, our buddy's over there. And my other friend, he ain't really trying to do all that, and he's like, "No, man, he ain't there." I'm like, "He is," and like I'm just trying to go. Well, we get in there, and there's these two guys, man, and they were like spouting anti-American stuff. They were screaming anti-American things. I love you, baby. They were like, we'll tell that story another time. My kids here, it's hard to tell it. But it's a good story. I know that it's pretty wild, man. My buddy's like super pro America, so he just couldn't have it, and they were screaming super anti-America stuff, and they was getting into it, and it's just that's a long story. We're gonna have to hash out, make sure it's even okay for the internet. But long story short, they all got in a fight. It was crazy to see. Um, I remember one time this homeless, like same day, this homeless guy had our back, like because we got attacked a little bit, and this other homeless guy hopped on some people, threw him around. We ended up, giving him a little money for being being a nice guy, man, because he didn't have to do all that. But that's been an hour. I'm gonna hop off here. I just wanted to hop on and practice speaking. This has been Cooner. Hey, Cooner. Say bye. Right here. You gotta say it here. Say bye.
Bye, I'm a froggy.
Say y'all have a good day.
No, I'm a piggy.
Say have a good day.
Have a good day.
Say God bless.
Bye-bye.
Say God is real
Bye-bye.
all the time.
Bye-bye.
And all the time. Say and all the time.
Another time.
I'm annoying.
I'm
All right. I'll see y'all, man. Y'all have a good Sunday. Hug your babies. Hug your wife. Don't be incredibly lazy. Christmas will be here for y'all. Know it. I'm going to go hug my wife. All this good stuff. Love all y'all. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Oh.